What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. I was going to a couple things here. It's a busy day today. Hopefully I got to go get my dressing changed again on my wound, and I also got to go see my grandma. She's currently in the hospital. She's having some kind of blood transfusion. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that today. So I figure I'll go ahead and do this video and do it a la carte, not very low effort video. Just go and talk to you guys. I'm gonna make sure I turn the volume up. Let me just go and turn this thing up right now. I don't know why I smack. I don't. So let's talk about Ghost for a little bit. You know, Ghost is on everybody's lips. The multiplayer reveal, I think, is today. I don't know. It's 10:58 a.m. right now. I think it's today. And people ask me, what do I want to see in Ghost? And like, just off the top of my head, off the cuff, the first thing I would like to see in Ghost is to do away with the attachment that allows you to move left or right at pretty much run speed. In Modern Warfare 3 it was Stalker, which it was a perk. In Black Ops 2 it's the adjustable stock. I feel like these attachments really deter camping. Oh no, I'm just fucking with you. Like I hate them because they're really vicious against campers. Like generally, when you're clipping or somebody and somebody comes across like that, they end up lagging, and the game just can't catch up with them. By the time you see them, they've already seen you, and they've already at least put one or two good shots on you, and you know, kind of messes up with that. But that's one of my own personal reasons. You know, there's going to be somebody, oh, you just want it because you can't camp. Damn straight. You hate when they make 3-round burst weapons that kill you in one shot. I hate when they put the little analog stick so I can't kill you in one shot. That's how the shit works. You can't bitch about yours and me not be able to bitch about mine. We all sit in a corner and bitch, or sit in a circle and bitch. One of the things that confused me about Ghost is like in the previous games, ever since Call of Duty World at War, they've been nerfing the drop shot. Nerf. I mean, they should have a copyright infringement. They've nerfed so much. So basically, they've had the rapid fire loading Nerf gun, and they take drop shot out. They quit, made it so you couldn't sprint after the jump shot no more, and things like that. And then they integrate these new things, this mantling. They integrate mantling. They integrate sliding into cover. And these things are what you consider higher tier play. You might think like, oh, it's going to be easy to do, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is, a person that's good at it is going to really be good at it. Versus somebody that sucks at it is going to really suck at it. And then you take the Nerf drop shot and jump shot and add into it, you're going to make a lot harder target to hit. And it's going to make people that are new to the game struggle that much more. I don't know how they're going to implement it. I'm just picturing it the way I picture it, just like on every third person game that I can think of right now. You know, stuff like Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City and things like that that have some sort of blind fire system. I'm not sure if blind fire is going to actually be in Ghost, but the sliding to cover is, and I can see that being useful for playing objectives, playing the B flag, especially if they keep the map design that they're going with now, where there's usually something near the B flag you can take cover on. I think there's going to be a lot of sliding to cover on that. And even then, are they going to keep bouncing Bettys in the game? If so, how is that going to work with the slide? I mean, or can you slide and shoot? I've heard you could slide and shoot. Like, I could actually be in a gunfight and just slide, baseball slide and shoot. Again, another, higher tactic that would run or make it feel like the game is unfair to players that are less experienced. Why would you spend all this time nerfing the drop shot and jump shot and then add 2 more things that are pretty much going to benefit a stronger player? That doesn't make sense to me. Gun balance is always the same. There's always going to be one gun. Like this game is the XM8 and the MSMC. There's going to be 1 or 2 god tier guns. There's going to be some high tier guns, some mid tier, some low tier. You can't get away from that. You can't do it. I mean, the only idea with gun balance is to make guns somewhat usable against every other gun. But there's always going to be a gun that's better than every other gun. Like this game, it was the FAL. well, the FAL they banned, but like, you know, the MSMC is way better than most of the submachine guns. Yeah, the XM8's way better than most of the assault rifles, and like the DSR is hands down the best shotgun. The 870 is hands down. Oh, the DSR sniper, and I called it a shotgun. Ooh, ballerina sniping, and the 870 is obviously the best shotgun. You can't change those. Are going to be, you know, universal variables. It's going to happen next game. Will happen the game before. What would I like to see in Ghost? I would like the maps that move and trains and shit would go away. I would like the sound to be on par with at least Modern Warfare 2. I would like Modern Warfare 2 hit detection, because hit detection is more important to me than the baseball sliding or the guns or what guns they put in the game. Because at this point, I know as when I was younger, I really enjoyed certain guns being in the game because I enjoyed the idea of using that certain gun. But as I'm playing Call of Duty I started on 4, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, number 7 for me. 6 or I think number 6 for me. I'm sorry, 6 is number 10. So starting on Call of Duty number 6 for me, I realize they're just reskins of different guns. I mean, like, for example, I realize that the Type 25 is just the Type 90, Type 95. I forgot what the gun name is. The Type 25 is the Type 95 with full auto. They have a different fire pattern, but the skin's pretty much the same gun. I realize that, you know, that the SWAT is the same skin as the M16. And that, you know, acts almost just like it. And, you know, the XM8 was refreshing, a 4-round burst gun. So it's kind of unique in that variant. And like the guns that are really unique, like the M1216, that's pretty cool. It's like a fully automatic, semi-automatic shotgun. But for the most part, it's going to be a high-powered assault rifle. There's going to be a medium-powered assault rifle and a low-powered assault rifle. And the recoil is going to change with your variables with. I mean, the guns are all subject. I mean, the only thing I can differentiate a gun with is how cool the reload is. That's why I use the CM901 all the time in Modern Warfare 3. I love that reload that they did with it. You know, and I didn't really like the fouls. The foul used to go... I think the foul still does that mess where it just uses the release clip with the actual other magazine. Spend some time, do some cool reload animations. That's what I'd like to see, cool reload animations. You see people bitch all the time about hating Call of Duty. Call of Duty's going down the drain, man. It's all going down. I mean, Call of Duty is the same as it was in you know, COD 4. It's just more complex. Like, I think Woody said it best. If you release COD 4 today after coming off Black Ops 2, people would say it was a step back in the wrong direction. People would hate the game. I mean, you gotta understand there's a nostalgic factor every time you come in. Just like look at my Final Fantasy VII Let's Play. I love Final Fantasy VII, but guess what? I played it when it was brand new. I played it when it was state of the art. If you release Final Fantasy VII now, the game would be in the dollar bin within a week. Because, you know, it's just not the cup of tea. Call of Duty has been getting better. It gets better every year. Black Ops 2 might be the best, you know, Call of Duty they've ever came out with. But on the other side, it's the most frustrating. Well, I wouldn't say the most frustrating. I like Black Ops 2 better than I liked Modern Warfare 3. I did. I liked it a lot better. I have 6 days played on Modern Warfare 3. I have somewhere along 12 or 13 on Black Ops 2. So I've put a lot more time in it. I'm still using my own gameplay. And what is it, August? That should tell you something, how much better Black Ops 2 was than Modern Warfare 3. But some people love Modern Warfare 3. I hated it. I hated the whole idea of Modern Warfare 3. I hated Moabs. I hated when the community went for Moabs. It's not that I couldn't get them, but my Moabs were very campy. I actually ended up getting like 26 of them. I didn't give a shit. Moab. Regardless, most of those Moabs were on mission. What would I like to see from COD Ghost? Most of the stuff I'd like to see from COD Ghost isn't coming from gameplay. I would like to see, only thing gameplay wise, I would like to see maps to get back to high detail again. Call of Duty 4, World at War, it was like a chess match. Every place had a place that you can counter with, whereas Black Ops 2 maps are more linear to try to be more fair. Like maps like Meltdown had a pretty much carbon copies left to right. Maps like Hijack, which are pretty much carbon copies left to right. There's little minute changes, but the idea and the scheme of the map just stays the same. I would like to see maps that flow better than just middle, middle, middle. I would like to see that because those maps are kind of crappy. But on the other idea, that maps that kind of converted from that didn't do well. Like for example, Turbine doesn't have a flowing middle. It has a very roundabout, lots of vantage points, and really big. Or like for example, I just had that map in my head. I don't know. Like maps that on this game that did it right was Raid. Raid was a really good map because it had the middle part that snipers enjoyed, but the objective was nowhere near where the snipers enjoyed to go. So everybody, because the flag was off to the right again. I really would like to see flags that are no longer in the middle of the map. You know, maps like the desert map, Mirage, I think it was called. No, it might be Mirage. I would like to see maps that are very non-linear with domination and stuff like that. Everything else I'd like to see happen in the actual menu screen itself. I would like to not have to recreate classes. Like I would like to, like for example, when I prestige, let's say I'm using a gun that I don't have no more. Just have it lock it on that class, and like I would have to change it to something else, but just keep my original classes. And like what stuff I don't have when I prestige, I have to change out after I unlock custom class. Something like that. Don't take the names out. I know it's easier to just wipe the slate clean, but it gets annoying really quickly. I would like tons and tons of prestige levels. How about no prestige cap? How about I can just keep going and keep going and keep going until my heart's content? I like to level up. How about adding, experience challenges per day? Like for example, I know they did the COD point thing, but how about this? Like the things I like unlocking is like stealth assassin. Like for like this week, if you get 250 stealth assassin kills, you get 10,000 experience. Things like that. So they're constantly changing up gun skills or just what you can work on to try to motivate people to use different guns so you don't see the same thing over and over and over again. But I don't know. I'm getting long-winded. What would you guys like to see?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you a fantastic video today. I want to go ahead and talk about the game Ghost. I didn't talk about it when it first came out. I haven't said too much about it. I kind of did a video what I would like to see from Ghost before the multiplayer trailer dropped, but now since the multiplayer trailer has dropped, let's go ahead and get into talking about it itself. And what did I see in the multiplayer trailer? What did I like? What did I did not like? Alright, let's go ahead and get the likes out of the way, because they're few and far between. I liked the slide move. I do. It's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be, but I kind of figured it'd have to be this little short stint. I also liked the tilt around the corners move. This is probably something that the guys that actually play the game could tell me, but I'm sitting there trying to figure out in my head, where is that going to be on the controller? Because the slide move's obviously going to be like the dolphin dive. But what about moves like the lean left or right? Only thing I could figure is they're going to be on the joystick left or right. Or maybe they're going to be only in a certain allocation with the left and right bumpers. Or maybe they're going to like map the stuns and grenades to a different bumper. I don't know how the pick 10 system's going to work in Call of Duty Ghosts. So that being said, I really like the slide move. I like the tilt moves. I think they're going to bring a lot to the game. I really like the fact that they're bringing female characters into the game. I really like the customization that they're bringing in with it. Like, anybody that knows me or has been following my channel for a long while, I always play a female character if I get the choice. The reason behind it is just to be different. It started out in Dungeons & Dragons when I used to play with my buddies. Everybody would pick these male barbarian-esque characters, and it's like, oh fuck it, I'll be the female of the group just to give a little bit of flavor to the play session, because you got a bunch of guys, you're already in a sausage fest. Why have all the characters be a sausage fest as well? Be the female character and see which one would actually go for it. And then on top of everything else is I like the customization. I like to being able to pick what I want to put on my character and things like that. And I feel like they were waiting for the new consoles to do this. I'm unsure if they're going. It kind of brings me to question, like, how are they going to do this versus the Xbox 360 versus the Xbox One? Like, is the Xbox One going to have a lot more character selection, like clothes-wise and things like that? Because I always thought the character, putting different clothes on the character and letting you customize them, customize your gun. Like, one of the things I've always wanted to see in Call of Duty was being able to spray paint your own gun. And, like, you could actually keep guns. Like, let me go and talk about this. When I first started playing first-person shooters, I was a sniper hardcore. I was Mr. Ghost Warrior. That I love the idea of being the Ghost Warrior. And in previous history, the way when a sniper kills another sniper, he takes his rifle as a trophy. And I always thought that would be something cool to do in Call of Duty. Like, say you have an arch nemesis. In Call of Duty, that's the equivalent of somebody that's killed you 5 times. After the 5 kills, or after you've killed somebody 5 times, you now have the option to collect their rifle. So, that wouldn't mean much if the rifle just looks like a regular P90 or a regular AK-47, but now they have a custom skin that they have on the rifle, say like almost like the creator class emblem. You take that emblem and you allow them to customize whatever they want on it. They can spray paint it, they can put sun, the moons, Pikachu, or whatever, and then bring their gamer tag into the gun itself, and you can actually put that in your inventory, and you can bring it out from time to time. Like, you almost can save like their custom skin to yourself without having to copy it. And, you can go through a list of trophies from, like, trophies of Nemesis and, just the rifles that you have collected from them. I thought that would be a cool idea. And it'd be something you could show off. Like, well, I know YouTubers would hate this suggestion, but say you got to a game with your favorite YouTuber, and you killed him 5 times. You're like, whoa, I have Onslaught 7's gun. It's like, yeah. And you can show it off to your friends. I thought that would be a cool idea. But, but I like the customization part of it too. I always felt like they needed to add more customization into it. And, putting on gun camos that you can do yourself without having to pre-make them or sell them would be a great idea. But they won't do it because they want to sell you gun camos. And that's the bottom line of that. It's all about money. It just takes money. Well, but what did I see with the Ghost trailer itself? The Ghost trailer itself was pretty lackluster. It almost felt like it was set up. I mean, a lot of the trailers look like it's unfeasible to do what they're actually doing in it. The Ghost trailer, I felt like this guy was having people stand there for him. Because the very first thing you see a guy slide. He's on a fork. He slides, comes up with an ACOG assault rifle of some sort. It looks like a heavy damage assault rifle. 3 shots, 2 guys. When they're both looking at them, he gets no shots put on him at all. Either developers suck to the point that they can't play, or that clip that I just witnessed was set up like a motherfucker. But the whole video looks set up in that aspect. Just look at the very next clip where they actually show off the lean. The guy throws a flashbang in, and it kills a guy in the room itself. He jumps through a window with a guy looking at him, goes to the left, comes to the wall, and leans in and kills the guy that was looking at him. And what Call of Duty game are you playing where you're not dead there? I don't care if that guy was the worst player in the lobby. I don't care if he's an 84 score per minute, 0.3 KD player. He could have got that guy. Because the Call of Duty kills so fast, he just wouldn't have made it. I'm running out of time here. I mean, I got 2 minutes to explain Call of Duty now. I wasn't very impressed with the trailer itself. The Call of Duty game looks fluent, but it looks like it looks great. I mean, it pretty much looks like all the last 2 Call of Duties that we've pretty much come out with, and by no means seems like it was designed for the new consoles. I feel like this Call of Duty is going to be an old game with only thing they're taking advantage of is the space on the disc that they're getting, because Call of Duty was designed on Xbox, which Xbox uses a what you call an HD DVD. In the PlayStation 3 uses something called a Blu-ray. It's kind of evident in certain aspects that the space advantage the PlayStation disc has, which is why the Xbox went over to Blu-ray for this generation. Because, like, look at games like Final Fantasy 13. PlayStation, it comes on 1 disc. Xbox, it came on 3 disc. And since they can design a thing for the Blu-ray now, you go see a lot more stuff in games, in-game maps, in-game guns, in-game camos. That kind of probably explains like why there's 35 perks in Call of Duty Ghosts scheduled to launch right now. And like, there's usually only about, what, 15? So that right there is just an example of the space adding. But game in a nutshell is going to be Modern Warfare 3 with environments that kill you. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's going to be a remake of Modern Warfare 3 with environments that kill you in the Pick 10 system. And it looks like there's a lot of bullshit, like a Dragonfire that shoots grenade launchers, and you know, everything in the world looks like it's going to be able to kill you. You have a dog that looks like you'll give a lot of unfair deaths, and like that's the problem with the Call of Duty game in itself, which I'll get into another video. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Put another video out today, going further in depth with Ghost.
What's up, everybody? Everybody's done this goddamn video. It's time for your boy to do this video as well. Call of Duty Ghost. I'm going to do some disclaimers here for you. I am by no means the #1 source for Call of Duty Ghost information. This video is more along the lines of getting my opinions on perks and the way the perk setup is happening. I don't understand the perk setup 100%. You should probably go to one of the Activision pushers for that information, because I don't get it. I'm not in on the information. I have the same information you guys have. This is just my opinion on it. So without further ado, let's hit the like button, because at this point, I have to ask for like buttons just to keep up with other channels. But let's go into the perk system here. The very first, their perks break down into a couple tiers. There's the speed tier, which has quick draw, sleight of hand, agility, marathon, and stalker. The handling tier, which is strong arm, on the go, fast hand, steady aim, dexterity. The stealth tier, which I'm sure everyone is going to enjoy, has takedown, blind eye, off the grid, dead silence, ghost. The awareness tier, which is recon, scavenger, sit rep awareness, and wiretap. We'll get back to that one. The resistance tier, lightweight, painkiller, which is faster health regeneration, toughness, which is less flinch, attack resistance, and blast shield. Then you go to the equipment. You have a tactical reset, which is an extra tactical grenade, an extra lethal, fully loaded, which is max ammo, and you have 3 attachments on the primary. Weapon name is unknown at this point, and you have danger close, which increases explosive damage. And then the bottom tier down there, you have what you call elite, which is gambler, hardline, ping, overkill, and deadeye. All right. Let's go through and actually talk about some of the perks here. I'm sorry I don't have a better picture or more innovative picture, but these are the perks. Let's go over the speed perk first and foremost. We have quick draw. Quick draw is one of my favorite perks that they pretty much have to offer in the game, mainly because quick draw allows assault rifles to come up against SMGs. One of the things I struggle with in game myself is SMGs are really good for like close range engagements and firing from the hip. I'm good at that, but my problem is I'll take an SMG and I'll use it like a assault rifle, and with that being said, I lose a lot of gunfights that way. So it's easier for me to take something like quick draw or stalker and put it on my assault rifle and just use it like an SMG than it is to actually use an SMG and not fight assault rifle gun battles. So I'm really excited for quick draw. And probably Stalker. I use Stalker a fucking lot, even though I hate that perk. The reason I hate Stalker is it really makes lag compensation really powerful. And that's been noticeable in Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2 with the Stalker-like attachments. But anyway, I don't know if you noticed, there's numbers beside them. You can't really see in the picture here, but as you go left to right, the numbers increase. Like, for example, Stalker is... let me blow this up here for a minute. Stalker is like a 3-point perk. So you have 8 points for perks, and you also can take other things off your kits, such as a tactical grenade, an attachment, and things like that. You don't have to wear all the attachments, but you start out with 8. You could probably have up to like 12 or 13 points to I don't know where the max is. I know you start out with 8, but you can get more points for taking equipment off of your guns and your secondaries and stuff like that. Which I think it says right here that the max might be 11. Yeah, that's where we're at in there. But so some of the higher end perks like Stalker is going to cost 3 points, where you won't get to. But some of the lower end stuff, such as like on the Strong Arm, is worth 1 point, which Strong Arm is like attack on perk, which is cool, because Strong Arm, to be perfectly honest, wouldn't get a whole lot of love if it was an expensive perk or it cost a lot of points. But I can see Strong Arm being good for like an opening route class. Like you take Strong Arm and you want to throw a grenade across the map in an opening route of search and destroy, that kind of deal. I can see it being very, very successful in that situation. And then falling back to like a stealth-based class. I really like this perk setup system better than I like Black Ops 2 so far. So I digress. Let's go on. On further investigation, I made a boo-boo. Stalker is a 2-point perk from the way it looks like it. But let's go on. Handling. Handling has basically your gun skills. Like you can switch between your primaries faster, increase hip accuracy, weapon you're ready faster, and reloading while sprinting. The one here that I really like is I really, really, really like reload while sprinting. This is one of the things I really enjoyed from Battlefield 2. And Battlefield in general, being able to reload while sprinting. But one of the things that this scares me about, this is going to be a popular perk. It is going to be. It's on the go, and dexterity is going to be right there with each other, and you're going to pretty much have guys that you can never catch off guard. Dexterity being a unlock perk right away in Black Ops 2, it really, 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 really made a lot of people harder to kill, because they well, let me put it like this. I'm trying not to make this video like 15 minutes, but it's going to fail. Back in Call of Duty 4 and World at War, you didn't have a perk that picked up your weapon faster. I think the first time that perk came into existence was Modern Warfare 2. I want to say Modern Warfare 2 is the first time that perk came into existence. I don't remember where. It might have been Black Ops 1. I know Steady Aim Pro, Black Ops 1 did it. But as soon as I seen that, I realized how good of a perk it was. I even did a video on how good of that kind of perk it is. And then it's been in the last 3 games. And it wasn't as prevalent in Modern Warfare 3. But in Black Ops 2, it came out as it was one of the first things you could unlock. Dexterity, faster mantling, faster weapon ready. And you pretty much, like in COD 4, if you caught somebody in the sprint, you pretty much had won the gunfight. I mean, the whole game was based off catching someone off guard, because you'd get that second and a half to go and just unload on them. And then you also had recoil, which, the later games have almost taken recoil completely out of the game. So you have recoil that you have to compensate for. And then basically whoever can control the recoil, whoever can play the game of cat and mouse better, we get the kills in World at War, Call of Duty 4, and Modern Warfare 2. But with dexterity being so prevalent and people enjoying dexterity, I'm kind of happy that dexterity in this game doesn't increase mantling time, because I feel like that's what a lot of people use dexterity for, and the side effect, which was bigger than the mantling speed, in the long run, won't be there anymore. So I'm kind of happy with that. I'm kind of happy that dexterity doesn't have the mantling speed anymore, so we can look forward to people just not understanding that the reason they're winning a lot of their gunfights is me using tac mass, they're using dexterity, and they're getting that whole jump on me. The idea that alright, let's try to push this along a little bit faster than we're going. The idea is just to get perks out there and get a quick summary of everything I like. Takedown, the stealth perks. Takedown is killing enemies and won't reveal the death skull to the teammates. I really like this perk, mainly because this brings back... They have a lot of stealth-based perks. And for me, stealth-based is where I'm at. That's where I love to play it. I've always liked to play the Ghost Warrior, the kind of guy that just, you walk into an area, you have no clue where I'm at. You're scared. I have you reeled, and that's where I'm coming at you at. I want to be that cloak. I want to be the nightness crawling in across the landscape. And Takedown will help me do that. Takedown, killing enemies won't reveal the death goal. It's a 1-point perk. It's something I'm gonna have on a lot because a lot of people rely on that white skull just to see where enemies are dying at on the other team. And information is so important. The more information you can take away from the enemy team, the better your chances are of winning. Just think about how counter UAV goes up and how bad it makes you play. You have Blind Eye, which provides stealth against aggressive kill streaks. You have Off the Grid, which is basically Ghost Bitch. I am not too fond of like perks that take you off the UAV. As much as I like to be the stealth warrior, the ghost warrior, I don't like perks that take you off the UAV because I don't like being off the UAV. I like to know the enemy to know about where I'm at. I wish Off the Grid would take you off of some of the pings. It would be a more helpful perk to me and would also help people kind of keep the flow of the map going by seeing a ping. Like every second ping, you would go off the grid. That way the enemy knows where you're at, but they don't know exactly where you're at. I think that would be a better alternative than just being immune to the BSAT and immune to the radar pings. Because this one it says right here, immune to SATCOM and radar pings. That's going to be a bitch. That is. I mean, that's going to ruin a lot of people's day. You're going to have entire teams running the Blackbird, and then you just see nobody. And I think that's annoying. Dead silence, make less or no sound. Obviously the same thing. Ghost, no red name when targeted, which isn't that big of a deal. It's pretty good for the knifers. And then you have the awareness kill streaks, which is basically like hacker, hear enemy's footsteps, scavenger resupply, which is a 2 perk, so that's going to be questionable. And wiretap, upgrade your SATCOMs by hacking into active enemy SATCOMs. What wiretap basically does is that when the enemy calls a UAV or a Blackbird, you get it as well. Pretty cool perk for 2 points, I have to say. Resistance are the same stuff. Black shield, flashbang, attack mask, toughness, flinch, painkiller, faster health regeneration. That might be pretty cool for somebody that like me that gets in a lot of gunfights where you take damage and you can heal up. Lightweight, I don't know. I don't see lightweight being used too much in my world. The equipment standard stuff, like just like the standard wild cards in Black Ops 2. Now let's go to the elite Gambler. Gambler says reroll care packages, but that one's questionable. Hardline is earn kill streaks quicker. That's a very popular one. Ping, when you kill an enemy, it locates enemies near the body. Just imagine ping on top of takedown with a silenced assault rifle. Very fucking cool. That's a perk I will be using. But the perk that has me worried the most is a 5-point perk. Deadeye. Consecutive kills increase the chance to deal more damage with guns. Here's why this one right here bothers me. I've heard rumor that you get like 20 plus points for specialists to pick your kill streaks. Because you don't get all the perks, but you get a lot of them. And when you have 20 plus points, this right here is a very easy choice to pick because Deadeye. And you'll have these guys that are running faster, mantling quickly, unlimited sprint for marathon and things like that. And then you have Deadeye, which every time they get a kill or higher in that kill streak, they're going big. You throw Deadeye toward the end of your perk kill streak loadout, and you're already on like a 10 kill streak, and you're 1-2-shotting people. So you basically with Stalker just mowing through people. I don't know how it's going to work out, but this perk right here has me scared. What do you think about the perks? I'm gonna put a description in the video where I got all my information from. It's not official perks, so all these are subject to change. But let me know. Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back. And I want to go ahead and talk with you about Call of Duty Ghosts. And as of a lot of things, like, damn, this microphone is turned down really low. I guess that live stream was right. But one of the things that I'm kind of worried about with Ghosts is, like, me, I actually do like Call of Duty. There's times I say I don't like Call of Duty and like it's this horrible game, but it's a good game. It's a great game. And the one thing people always want to do with games, they want them to compete against each other. Like, there's probably a ton of people on the Grand Theft Auto 5 bandwagon. Which Grand Theft Auto 5 isn't a bad game in itself. It's just not a game that I personally enjoy. I gave it a shot. Didn't really like it that much. I mean, but that's a whole nother story in itself. That's another video. But Call of Duty itself, Ghost is coming out. And one thing I'm worried about with Ghost is that people are going to look at the sales numbers and think it's impressive. Because one thing I'm worried about is them being counterproductive with their sales numbers to try and take Grand Theft Auto's crown back. I understand that the crown is more money based than units sold, but I'm sure Call of Duty is going to go down this route. I can't be 100% sure, but I'm going to do a prediction here. And I'm making an assumption. You know, assumptions make ass out of you and me. So let's go ahead and assume a little bit. Call of Duty is on what you call an in-between period. This is the first in-between period they've had. The first Call of Duty came out on PC. The second Call of Duty came out on the Xbox 360. And since Call of Duty 4, they have reigned supreme and held the title. Generally in the top 10 games, there's generally 2 or 3 Call of Duties at all times on the top 10 games played on Xbox Live. And Xbox Live is the preferred platform to play most Call of Duty games on. All Call of Duty games generally are held on the Xbox 360. So we're going to be looking at this platform exclusively. Xbox One drops, but Call of Duty Ghost drops before the Xbox One drops. Obviously, the preferred platform that everybody wants to play Ghost on or wants to buy Ghost on is going to be the Xbox One. But there's going to be those people that just can't wait, that wants to have the game the day it comes out. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 sold about 25 million copies. Let's go and say there's going to be some people that are going to hold off and go and just get it for the Xbox One and save some money. And those people, I'm going to say, are going to be about 7 million people. So I'm going to say 18 million people are going to buy it for the Xbox 360 and do the upgrade. What is the upgrade? Well, Activision has stated that if you buy an Xbox 360 copy, you can trade your Xbox 360 copy in on the day that the Xbox One comes out, or the week. I'm not sure if it's the day or week. And they will give you a Xbox One copy of Call of Duty Ghost for $10. You pay $10, you get another copy. Here's what I'm worried about. Are they going to count that extra copy towards the number of games sold? So let's think about this. Obviously, not everybody's going to get an Xbox One, but we're not going to go for fluid numbers here. We're going to go for round numbers. Let's say there's 18 million people, which is a number I made up, that own the Xbox 360 copy of Ghost, decide to upgrade. Let's say all of them, 100% chance. This isn't realistic, but it's a 100% chance in my story. That right there alone would basically turn Ghost into a 36 million selling game versus the standard 25 the last 2 Call of Duties have sold. And if it's successful, you could close to be a 40 or 43 million sell game, but they didn't really sell 40 million games, which would be close to almost double the original figure of what each other Call of Duty Ghost said, and they herald it as a huge success. Are they going to play off on that route, even though that would be false? And if they look at this and they sell this to board directors, selling it to board directors is what I'm worried about, because board directors don't play their games; they worry about selling games. And a guy that wants to keep his job will come up there with notes saying, we sold 36 million copies of the game, that's 11 million more. And they keep going down the route that Call of Duty's been heading down, which in my book, they're losing a lot of their hardcore fans. Even though they've been selling more each year, I feel like the series is going down. I don't know why, I can't put my finger on it, but the Call of Duty I'm playing now isn't the Call of Duty I played back then. Not to say the Call of Duty I played back then is any better than the Call of Duty now. I just feel like it's a game that's losing its hardcore fan base. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section. I will be doing a video today talking about my weigh-in, and about the top 10, well, the top 25 of my most attentive subscribers. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for it yet. I might just do a vlog. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Thank you for supporting my videos always, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hey fellas, it's your boy Wings of Redemption. Let's talk about some Call of Duty today. We're going to be playing some Raid here, because Raid's the most common gameplay you run into. But some new information was released about the 9-bang, flashbang, and the Night Owl perk. And if you're unfamiliar with these, you can find these both on Charlie Intel. I'll link in the description below for a full write-up. But the 9-bang is going to be like a grenade that has different powers. The way it works is something like this. It's generally just like a regular flashbang. But if you hold it or you cook it, you can cook it for an undetermined amount of seconds. I don't think they go over that in the article. And it will turn into an EMP grenade as well. So it'll be an EMP flash grenade. But you have to cook it after a certain amount of time. So you can throw it really quickly unaware and it'll be just like a flashbang. And the longer you hold it, let's say you don't hold it long enough to cook it like it would be an EMP, the flash gets longer. So I don't know how this is going to affect differently. I know Activision has a horrible job in previous history with flashbangs, grenades, and things like that. Everybody remembers that flak jacket from Modern Warfare 3 was nothing like the flak jacket we know and enjoy from the Treyarch games. It was almost not even worth using at times. It did so very little. And I'm wondering if it's going to be tailored down to, like, if you throw the flashbang, it's going to be that initial, like, blind, come out, but after you hold it, it comes into a traditional flashbang. And then if you cook it all the way, it turns into that EMP flashbang monstrosity that we're going to fucking hate. I mean, I know I'm going to hate it. I mean, but that's just me. But there is a counter to it. There's a few counters to it. One of the counters is actually one of the perks. It's called Tactical Resistance, and it basically resists flashbang, stuns, and EMP grenades. This is a good change because, one, nobody fucking use hardwire. Seriously, like, how many people out there actually use the hardwire perk? I know I have a class for it for when it's really, really, really bad. But the thing with Black Ops 2 is if you take off that toughness perk, you're at a huge disadvantage in every gunfight that you get into. One of my personal opinions is that toughness was too good in this game. It was almost like a stopping power. You know, a lot of people didn't really relate to this, that toughness being stopping power, but how many classes can you actually play and not require to have toughness? If you go XM8 versus XM8 without toughness, you lose. You go Scar without toughness, you lose versus every gun in the game. Some of the weapons could get away with it, sniper rifles and shotguns, but even then, toughness helps in case you want to pick up another weapon in that situation as well. I find toughness to be too good. Either that, toughness is either too good, or, you know, they really, 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 really overdid the weapon kickback for not having toughness. But, you know, I guess it's a good thing that it's too good, because I'd rather have people, you know, kill me with a gunfight than have, like, for example, if toughness wasn't as good, cold-blooded would be my second choice of perk, and that would affect people running kill streaks such as the Lodestar and Dragonfire and things like that. On top of that, cold-blooded would be what you call the head glitch. What I like to call the head glitch kill streak, or perk, because when I run cold-blooded, I do it on some classes. Some classes I go toughness cold-blooded. I do it because I want a head glitch. Like if I'm playing raid right here, this is a cold-blooded toughness, you know, kind of situation. I don't think I have it on right here, but this is what's really good at it, because one, the target finder won't pick you out, two, the MMS won't pick you out, and three, you know, it's just harder to do. Like, you won't spot people right across the map, so you just take the target finder away from people. You know, it's always good to have a cold-blooded class on, like, Nuketown, where you'll find a lot of light machine gun target finders. And some other perks, one, there's going to be a piece of equipment called the Tactical Mask. And the Tactical Mask, I'm assuming, is going to work something like Blast Shield. It don't say how it works in the article, but I'm assuming it's going to work like Blast Shield. Basically, Blast Shield from Modern Warfare 2, you put a mask on, protects you from explosives. Tactical Mask is going to do the same thing, but it's going to only work for the 9-bang equipment. Basically, it reduces the effect of the user versus 9-bang. So you could probably go toe and toe. You could put the tac resistance and the tac mask on and almost be impervious to 9-bang 100%. That would mean no EMP, no flashbang for you. And that would be good if you're wearing it and you want to be aggressive. Say you want to run a submachine gun, you want to throw that flashbang around corners, you want to get those people in the room. But I've always thought this, why haven't they implemented that in the game? But like back before, what you want to see in the next Call of Duty, I want to see wall hugging, throwing flashbangs into the room. Why can't I go up against the wall, throw a flashbang in without going in front of the door, and then go into the room itself? I know that's kind of unfair for a lot of people, but that will hinder some of the camping abilities and make people use other things and burn, you know, points on perks they might not burn before. If that would become a huge case, More people will be putting on that tag mass perk, that tactical resistance perk, or running that trophy system, because the trophy systems are coming back as well. Another counter to the 9-bang. And then there's the kill streak, the Night Owl. Night Owl is a support kill streak. Support's gonna be really fucking annoying from the way it looks. And so here's what the Night Owl basically is a proximity mine, well, like a proximity sensor, kind of like in Modern Warfare 3. You kind of proximity out and showed everybody around your area, like a mini UAV. It also protects you from explosives, kind of like a trophy system. So whenever that Night Owl is up, that person will know who's around him, and you can't throw stuff at him. You have to beat him in a gunfight. One thing I'm worried about this perk is it sounds cool. It sounds like something I'd want to use, but I'm wondering if it's going to be just like the Dragonfire. The Dragonfire is such a good kill streak if it stays up. But I don't know if you guys remember, way back last November, Dragonfire was like a 2-shot kill. Now it's like a 4 or 5-shot kill, and even then, it's not that good compared to other things. And you know, they always struggle with the hit detection on something that's manned, but it is what it is. I'm worried about the Night Owl being too weak, but I guess it's a free kill streak, so it can't be weak. Unless they take my advice on support kill streaks. Do you guys remember my advice on support kill streaks? The advice on support kill streaks was this. Instead of giving somebody a support kill streak, make it so their streaks last throughout each death, but every death takes 1 point away from your streak. Example, say you get on a 5 kill streak. You get 5 points towards your kill streaks, and that death puts you back to 4 points. This way, you can't go 6 and 18 and then drop a stealth bomber on me and ruin my kill streak. You have to be able to put kills together consistently. You have to be playing the objective consistently and effectively to be rewarded. That's just my opinion. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. This is my thoughts on the 9-bang. It did make an appearance in the campaign of Modern Warfare 3, but it never made the multiplayer. So yeah, more EMP goodness is going to come to you in the next edition of Call of Duty. And in my opinion, EMP is one of the things that ruined Black Ops 2 for me, or one of the things that I didn't like when I was playing Black Ops 2. But it's your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm Audi 5000. How do you feel about the EMP grenade and the flashbang? Do you think it's going to be a big factor into the next game? Let's talk about it in the description. Peace, people.
Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm going to bring you some Call of Duty Ghosts gameplay today. I attempted to do this gameplay like 3 or 4 times with the Astro headset, but it sounded like complete and utter garbage, so I went and stole one of Kyle's microphones. Because, I don't know, I'm spoiled when it comes to audio quality, and I really like my videos to sound the way I pictured them sounding in my head, instead of sounding like, hey guys, this is the Astro headset, and I really like Ghost. Yeah, I do really like Ghost. And I know a lot of you out there are probably saying, Wings likes Ghost. He should. It's for camping. Well, yeah, it is a campy kind of gameplay. But it's not really Call of Duty in a sense. It's Call of Duty in the sense of it has the same HUD, it has the same kind of campaign where, you know, people open doors for you. But in itself, it's a new kind of shooter. It's almost like a mixture between Battlefield and Call of Duty. And I really like it. I really do. I really wish the kill streaks were better. But overall, I really like the game itself. And there's some rumors out there. I've heard that like Xbox One is going to be 9v9, whereas this one is 6v6. I'm unsure. But all maps 9v9 would be pretty fucking cool because the maps are really, really, really big. And they feel really big, and they play small. They feel big, play small, if that makes sense. But you guys know, you watch my video, you obviously play Ghost. You know what I'm talking about. But here's the catch. I'm really good at Ghost. I am. Like, I'm marginally better at Ghost than I was at Black Ops 1. I'm going to probably have like a 3.7 or 3.8 kill-death ratio on this game with like a 15-1 loss. And the reason for that is, one, I have very good people on my friends list, and I enjoy playing with friends, and I don't enjoy playing solo. That's where the win-loss comes in. And two, the game just fits my style better than most things. Like, if you notice this gameplay right here, a majority of it is sitting up in top of A, and that's the kind of style I like. And I'm also using the tracker sight, which is essentially the target finder of this game.
And you know, some people are like, oh, that's the tracker sight. It doesn't really help you that much. The reason I use the tracker sight versus other things is I'm playing on a 22-inch monitor right now versus what I usually play on, which is a 42-inch TV. So that's something I had to get used to, playing on a monitor versus a TV. And I'm not sure if I like it or not. I know the single-player experience on a monitor isn't as fun to me as, like, say, you know, a single-player experience on my 42-inch Vizio. But, you know, it's something I'll get back in time. And the tracker sight really helps me pick out small targets across the map because I have trouble seeing people sitting on the edge of, like, this map right here is Prison Break. Sitting on the edge of Prison Break coming up that hill on B. But I really like the game. I really do. I played the single-player campaign. I was really surprised about, you know, what I predicted to happen. It kind of did happen, but it didn't happen at the same time. Which I'm talking about something in code here, and you guys probably won't know unless you play the single-player campaign. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. This is me failing with a griffin. Oh, but I ended up killing them both. But I ended up killing my griffin with the griffin itself. So here's me using the red dot, just so people see I can use the red dot as well. Things I like about Ghost. I like that the hit detection is spot on. This is probably the best hit detection a game has had since Modern Warfare 2. I really like how the characters move. I like how the reload animation changes when you're on the ground. I like how kill streaks aren't playing a dominant part, but they're still there for people that can get them. I like how Ghost isn't the end-all be-all of the game itself. You know, you see very few people run in the grid, and I feel like the unlock system of the game itself is a reason for that. Like me, normally I would use something like adjustable stock when adjustable stock was like 1 off, but since I have to give up 3 points to get adjustable stock, I don't want to use adjustable stock. There's other things I much rather use, like focus and sleight of hand, and, you know, fully loaded. Since I do like to camp a lot. You know, fully loaded is a perk I use on everything. And there's perks that I thought I was going to use, but I'm not using, such as Dead Silence and Amplify. My favorite loadout setup, as it sits right now, is focus, hardline, sleight of hand, and fully loaded. Those are my 4 perks that I like to run, and then I'll just run like a regular kit setup. Which my favorite pistol is the P226, and so I like putting the P226. I like putting it with the extended mag, so I have the 21 rounds of ammunition, so I can just spam it, and then just make a rifle with 2 attachments. I mean, that's perfect for me because even in Black Ops 1, I was a warlord kind of guy. I like having 2 attachments on my weapon. I'm glad they made that standard now. I don't see the reason to put the 3rd attachment on the guns, because the 3rd attachment is always going to be like, you know, a silencer or vertical foregrip. Let's talk about the silencer for a minute. By the way, I'm saying all this, and this M14 right here I'm using has a tracker sight, and the one that increases the range. I think it's called the muzzle brake. It might be. I'm not sure. It's the whichever one increases the range of the damage, so the fallout damage isn't as great. So I knew I was going to be camping with it. I was actually playing with my buddy Kyle here, and he was saying he was having trouble with M14, so I put it on to try it out. Kill streaks. Let's talk about kill streaks since I'm in one right now. This is the Griffin. In my opinion, this is the best kill streak on the game. Why is the Griffin the best kill streak on the game? There's stuff like the Scout Helo and the Loki Assault Satellite. Well, the Loki Assault Satellite is hit or miss. You can get probably 5 or 6 kills with the Loki Satellite, and then get another 5 or 6 kills with the Juggernaut, which equals out to 12. But in that case, you gotta hope that people group up, and 2, you gotta hope that the Juggernaut doesn't get murdered by like 3 or 4 people, because he is an AI controlled Juggernaut. So, and also Loki's a 15 kill streak, whereas the Griffin is a 10, so you got 5 less points there. The Scout Helo, kind of hard to control, but you're gonna get anywhere from 4 to 8 kills generally. Griffin is a smaller kill streak than all of them. Very easy to use. Can go inside of buildings, something the Scout Helo cannot do, or the Loki, and you can very easily get anywhere between 5 to 10 kills. People have a tough time killing it. It has a lot of health. The only way you're generally going to kill the Griffin kill streak is by doing what I did earlier in the video, where you pretty much kill yourself. I always get 5 to 10 kills with the Griffin. In my opinion, it's one of the best kill streaks on the game. It's very easy to do. I mean, if you put Battle Hind on, let's say, like one of my favorite setups is Trinity Rocket, Battle Hind, Griffin. I mean, Trinity Rocket, you're going to get 1, maybe 2 sometimes. It also depends on the map. If you use like the Trinity Rocket on Flooded, you're pretty much fucked. But luckily, you can set your kill streaks up to everything and keep an indoor kill streak map, something like IMS and Sentry Gun and stuff like that. If you're the kind of guy, if you play like me, I'm an assault kind of guy. I love the assault kill streaks. I love getting big kills. I love padding my stats, and that's what I'm doing. Look how long Ground Jammer lasts. Look, watch it. It just hit. This thing lasts like 10 seconds. Watch. How does that help you? How? Like, you took the enemy's like electronics off the map, obviously, but you took his mini-map away for 10 seconds. I feel like that needs to be fixed. That needs to be like 30 seconds to make Ground Jammer worth it. I mean, Ground Jammer is like a 13-point streak in support, but I guess it's given to you, but it's not worth it the way it sits right there, and there's no counter UAV whatsoever. But I guess the UAV's been nerfed itself with the SATCOM. And, yeah, the SATCOM's really, really crappy. It is. Like, it's almost not worth running. I don't know. It's just really crappy. So I just rely on my own instincts at this point and just keep playing. But this game is a product of its environment. What do you guys think about Ghost? Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? Do you want to see more gameplay? What kind of gameplay videos do you want to see with Ghost? That's pretty much the question. Look at that guy. It ticks you off, but at the same time, I'm happy that's there. I'm happy the maps have foliage on them again. I'm happy the maps have detail. I'm happy the maps actually have character again and not just straight hallways. But, that's me. But like I said, let me know what kind of videos you want to see. My gameplay consists of mainly high kill death gameplay with a campy style, and I mainly use weapons that are very accurate, such as like the marksman rifles or like the LSAT or like the assault rifles, even the sniper rifles. I've given a lot of love to the sniper rifles these games, trying to go for my ghillie suit, and they're very good. But it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I figured I'd go ahead and stop in and show you I am playing Ghost, and I'm unsure where I will be playing it on the next generation console. Peace, people. Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back. And I figured I'd go ahead and bring you some gameplay here from the PS4. This gameplay is by Whiteout. I don't really know how to say his name. He's one of the few guys that figured out how to get past the HDCP copyright protection on the PlayStation 4 early, and he's going to supply me both gameplays you're going to see today. I've ordered most of the stuff it requires to use to record on the PS4, so hopefully by Monday when Amazon delivers it, I'll be up and going Monday with my own gameplay in the future. But without ado, this is some Killzone Shadows Fall for the PS4 as a PS4 exclusive, and I figured I'd use this as a backdrop for this PS4 video. So, I've had the PS4 for about a week now, and I want to go ahead and kind of give my first impressions of the console itself. I'm going to give some pros and some cons. Let's go ahead and start with the pros. It's got great graphics, dude. I don't think this video right here is the best representation of good graphics, because Killzone's always had a wonky look to it, and the draw distance is kind of different. But when you look at something that's familiar, such as Call of Duty Ghosts, the gameplay is stunning. It's beautiful, and even then it's not considered the best looking game on the system. I've heard tales that Battlefield looks even better on PS4 than it does on PS3 or Xbox, and I haven't seen that for myself, so I can't really give you a opinion on it. But so far I like the graphics on the PS4. It has a slick interface. The interface is very slick. It's very easy to use. It's seamless almost. As a matter of fact, let's show you some of this. Here's the dashboard. The dashboard is very, very good in a lot of ways. You can actually see the games here. You can see overviews, recents. You have very access to like DLC content for later on in the future. And it seems like a dashboard that's built for things coming up, such as DLC coming out. Is built for the developer to take advantage of it, and is built to be almost like a build-a-block, create your own XMB kind of thing. But one of the coolest features I've found in the Sony PlayStation is you're able to download something and play the games at the same time. Like, say you're in a Call of Duty lobby and you switch around, you can go, say you think about, oh, I want to download Netflix. You can download Netflix while you play Call of Duty or your single player game. You can go right back into it. Doesn't matter. It's a very cool, very modern day setup, and I really like that. I really like the party chat. I really like that you can have 2,000 friends. I didn't think I'd like that originally, but the way they implemented the friend system, it makes it very easy to do, so I can have all my COD friends. I don't have to turn anybody away. And let's say something like Resident Evil 7 comes down the line, I can very easily add somebody of Resident Evil 7, and he'd be my Resident Evil 7 buddy. Some things I'd like to see added to the console, since I'm thinking about this and I'm not going to do a section of it. I'd like to be able to break my friends down into contacts, like for example Call of Duty, Resident Evil, and like break them down into that so I can kind of keep track of my friends. So like maybe for somebody in a more modern situation, they can have their work friends, their Call of Duty friends, and their family friends in case they forget a gamer tag or something like that. That would be cool to me. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the cons I have with the system since it's the first week. Neither one of these are very big. The cons are really small, but it's not an end-all be-all interface. I just got done praising the interface, but there are huge gaps and flaws in it, and let me explain to you why. One, the PlayStation 3 is pretty much marketed itself and took the lead over on Xbox in total sales versus those two consoles, mainly because it was a total media player. It could, watch movies. It had a better Netflix player. It had, unlimited music. The XMB was very, very cool. It had free online services. It appealed to a wider audience, somebody that wanted something as a entertainment head in their pretty much their living room, versus somebody that just wanted to play games. And I feel like the PlayStation 4 is too centered on just playing games, which is nothing wrong with centered about strong gameplay. That's where the roots are. But not being able to play audio CDs, not being able to take like a USB drive and let's say you bought a movie, and you bought a movie on your computer, but you wanted to watch it on your big screen TV where your PlayStation 4 is at. So you put it on a thumb drive normally and go pop it in your PlayStation 4, and you go over and click on it, boom, you're watching your movie. Well, not the case here. It won't play movies, it won't play MP3s, it won't play anything like that, or it won't even open a picture in advance. And I feel like this is something they need to rectify, because if you want to fight with Microsoft with leading or winning the living room, you're going to have these kind of features. And I feel like they don't have these kind of features right now in the system itself. But the main question breaks down to this: is should you buy this game? Well, there's one more con I have with it. Let me go ahead and throw this clip in here. And I want to just talk about this real recently, so hopefully this will change. On the Call of Duty version of this game, if you invite people, or you're the head of a party, you have to invite people. Look how slow it takes to invite somebody on the PS4. I'm gonna actually go through about six of these. I've asked for about 6 to 8 of these things. It speeds up as it does it, but it takes a long time, and I feel like this is really one of the downsides of the PS3. PS4. And I don't know if this is a Ghost side thing or not. But let's just go back to it. And also another thing about the PS4, if you're thinking about upgrading to it, if you look back in the background there's only about 20,000 people online, and this video was taken right at about 9 o'clock prime time on a Thursday night. So there's that. But should you buy this console? I gotta wrap my ideas up fast. My question is, if you gotta have the latest and greatest, I would get this console. I feel like it's going to be the console to have when the games get older. When they're 5 years down the road, I feel like this console is going to have the horsepower it takes to stay on top, and the Xbox is going to constantly have to catch up. The way the Xbox can compete with this is going to be stuff like the Skype interface, the Kinect interface, and how easy the thing is to use. Stuff like Astro headsets not working on the Xbox One on day one is stuff that's going to kind of hurt Xbox, but I feel like they both have the pros and cons at this point. If you are a kind of guy that's on the fence about it, I'd suggest waiting and play somebody else's PS4, somebody else's Xbox One, and make the decision yourself. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm Audi 5000. I don't consider the PS4 an immediate buy, but it is a very good buy. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to do another video commentary today. It's been a while since I actually did a commentary solely for the sake of doing a commentary. And I want to talk about the new fad in the world today called Knockout. Well, what is Knockout? Knockout is basically where a youth or a group of youths walk around the streets of major cities. I think New York and Philadelphia are the big ones in America, and London is a big one in England. They walk around the streets and they pick a mark out, and that mark is a person that they're going to basically hit one time in an attempt to knock them out. When I was growing up, we had games like this. We had B Word. That was the game we had in my school, and basically if you said a B word such as baby, bull, or basket, you had to say B word or you were open to be hit. But we didn't hit each other in the face. We hit each other in the arms. And like, some people took B word to an extreme. And I think the cases that you're seeing on stuff like Fox News and the TV where people are dying or getting knocked out, they're showing the most extreme example of this game. Obviously, it's a horrible game. But some people just can't handle this stuff. I remember a guy named Timothy. He was handing out papers, and I think it was like 6th grade. He was handing out papers to the class. I think it was like a math test or something. And while he was handing out papers, somebody said "but" or something like that. Some word that started with a B, and he didn't say B word. Timothy dropped the entire math papers right there and just boom, drilled him. It's one of those hard drills that kind of sounded like a thud. And I remember the teacher got so upset at him. And the kid right there was the kind of kid that didn't play the B word game, so he kind of had to get into it. But some kids take it too far, and I feel like this is where these kids are messing up. And that brings me to my next point in this video is, why are videos like the one you're watching right now bad for combating the knockout game? The reason that it's bad is because people see this in a much broader audience. People will basically see this video, think, oh, that's cool, I want to try it. And especially not even like my spectrum. My spectrum of this is small compared to the stage that something like Fox News has, ABC News has, or CNN. These guys have millions upon millions of viewers every day. They're the in and out source for news for a large amount of people in the world. Millions of people in the world. And they show these things, and kids watch this as well. They see that, the people falling lifeless, and they're like, oh man, that's a good time. Because in reality, it probably would give you an adrenaline rush just to walk up and hit somebody and see if you knocked them out. And even then, you'd have, cohorts that would be giving you high fives, and that'd be something fun to like think back to. Like, remember that time Bobby knocked that one dude out? Everybody has one of these stories. Every person you probably ever will walk up to that can tell you some sort of story where they have knocked somebody out or they got in a fight of some sort. And maybe that's just me being in a redneck area that I live in, but most around here that's what happens. But I feel like giving these people this kind of exposure, or this game this kind of exposure, is a bad thing, and it's just going to cause more cases. So basically, you'd have to make it more drastic. So how do you stop a game like Knockout when public opinion is no effect on it? I mean, like crack cocaine. People know crack cocaine is bad. People know like methamphetamines eat out your teeth and shit. That doesn't make them stop doing it. So how do you keep people to stop doing that? What you got to do is you got to make a martyr. You're never going to go get 100% of the people to stop. There's always going to be some case. Some of the knockout cases go back to like 1992. I think that's the furthest one I've seen. It was an MIT student at the age of 21. He got punched in the face and knocked out, and then they decided to stab him. I don't know why, but I think that's the closest. But they were playing Knockout 2 at that time. You got to make a martyr. That's 100%. And let me tell you a little story about being a martyr. Nick Berg. I don't know how old you guys that are viewing this are, but Nick Berg was a journalist, a wartime journalist at the beginning of the Afghanistan war. It's not before Iraq, but this was Afghanistan. He went into Afghanistan, went behind enemy lines, and he got caught. And once he got caught, there was an internet video that came up, and they showed him beheading Nick Berg. I don't know about you, but that pretty much destroyed any dreams I had of ever being a wartime reporter. Not that I wanted to be, but it pretty much put a cold stop to like, oh, That doesn't seem like the life for me. I ain't about that life. But I digress. What you got to do is you got to make a martyr. And they've done it in a few occasions, but they're not hyping up the martyr as big as it is. They need to make a martyr the size of George Zimmerman. Like, I just seen George Zimmerman in the news again, and he's about, arguing with his wife, and they take his gun away from him. But why is George Zimmerman still in the news today? People argue with their wife or hit their wife every day of the damn week. It's a sad affair, but stuff like that happens. But you got to make a martyr out of this people. Like that person that hit that 78-year-old woman in Brooklyn. You got to send him up the river, and you got to get the news on it, and you have to have the news to push it. You got to have a political agenda type news coverage to push it. Almost like they were trying to push Obamacare out and things of that nature. You got to push, and you got to do these, these Dateline 60-minute episodes that show that the effects on people, and you got to have that guy that you make a martyr. You got to get him in front of the camera and promise him that you're going to give his family some money to basically tell about how it was stupid and it was a bad decision. You got to strike fear. Fear is what you got to do to get rid of this knockout game. And that's the only way I can see it happening. But that's my personal opinion on knockout in general. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. I will be bringing you PlayStation 4 gameplay. I play with a lot of fans. If you really want to play with me, you can follow me on Facebook, which is in the description below. If you really like, you can follow me on Twitter too. If you don't use Facebook, I kind of link my Facebook links to my Twitter. But as always, hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'm Audi 5000. Peace, pimps. Well, hello guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I have defeated HDCP on the PlayStation 4. So here's my stats currently on the PlayStation 4. If you notice, there's only 5,657 people online, so you pretty much play a lot of the same people. So let's go and go over some of my creator classes first. This is Samantha and Stephanie. These are my two soldiers I currently have on the PS4. I'm going to be like Charlie's Angels. I'm probably going to have 12 female characters. I don't know. But this is Samantha and Stephanie, so let's go ahead and look at Samantha first. Alright, Samantha's first class is the AK-12. I have the net camo on it, which means I've got 500 more kills with it. And my favorite attachments on this gun, hands down, are the silencer and the extended mags. They work very well together. Let's go and look at the perks. These are my favorite perks. I use these almost universally. Stalker for faster movement, because obviously moving faster makes you harder to hit. And that's pretty much the premise of using Stalker in general in any first-person shooter game. Dead Silence and Amplify, mainly for sound whoring. Focus, mainly so I don't flinch. And the last perk is Hardline. Well, Hardline is so you can get your kill streaks faster. If you don't care about your kill streaks as much as I do, I would literally suggest ICU or maybe Sleight of Hand if you are more ADHD-like and you can't stand a slower reload. It doesn't bother me, so I don't use it. Second class, SC-10. I have the tracker sight and the silencer on this one, but the attachments themselves, they're pretty much interchangeable. I don't really find myself falling in love with any kind of gun sight on this game. I kind of use them all because I kind of get bored very easily. The kill streaks down at the bottom are different than the other one. I run two sets of kill streaks. I run UAV, Trinity Missile, Battle Hind, or I run Trinity Missile, Battle Hind, and some sort of Juggernaut, be it the Maniac or the Assault. I find that's the best combination to get kills. The Scout Helo is really inconsistent with showing up enemies, and it's kind of hard to drive. The Loki, again, it can get you 5 to 6 kills, but it's really hard to get consistently. And the last class here is my submachine gun class. I like to use this on maps like Warhawk, and I like to use it on maps like Overlord, which maps basically where I'm going to do a lot of building-to-building fighting. So Stephanie, I just bought her, so she's kind of new. So I only have really 2 classes set up for her. Same deal here, MR28 with the muzzle brake and the full metal jackets, and I got another SC10 with the silencer, and I think this one's a red dot. Mainly good gun, quick gun. So now to what most people want to see. If you follow me on Facebook, you've probably seen it already. What is my stats on Call of Duty Ghost? Here they come. Here's the thing. I have a 412. My preferred weapon is the AK-12. I have a 126 game win streak, 120 wins out of 126 games played, 36.666 win-loss ratio, a little over a day played. I'm just into my first prestige on the PlayStation 4. So let's go and go to a bigger, more broad picture of it. But those of you hanging in here want to know what kind of ghost videos I'm going to make. They're going to mainly be earlier videos about how to do better on the maps and navigating the maps themselves. See here, I've got the biggest win streak on my entire friends list, 220 wins, 6 losses. I'm quickly catching up to everybody on my friends list in wins. I got, I think Salisbury is the guy with the most wins on my friends list right now. KD wise, I'm the highest again. I have a 412 KD. The next guy is Salisbury with a 3 KD. And I have got a chem strike, but 18 kills on average isn't because of camping. It's because I mainly play TDM. TDM is my most played game mode here, mainly because domination has no purpose because the kill streaks suck and you have nothing to look forward to. But anyways, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed these stats. If there's any tricks or tips you want to help me with, or anything that you need help with, feel free to leave a comment section below. And as always, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now. Peace, people. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm going to bring you one of my first PlayStation 4 gameplays. A little late, but I'm going to go ahead and break down the map Tremor. I'm going to be using the TDM spawns on Tremor, but from what I've experienced myself, the TDM and the domination spawns are pretty much one and the same. You just dictate them differently. What does that mean? Well, it means when you cross over to close to a certain flag, that will trigger the spawns of domination, versus TDM is based on where your team is at the time. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright, a couple trade secrets I've learned in Ghost. How do you determine if you have a server? Well, if you have a dedicated server, your countdown will be 50 instead of 15. If you're playing on a host connection, or like a person's connection, it will start at 15 and roll down. That's how you know if you're on a server or not. But let's go through this and let's talk about Tremor itself. Let's go look at a map right now. Alright, this is Tremor. One thing Call of Duty Ghosts brung back to the series is what you call vertical gameplay, or my buddy Blaine Truth would always call vertical gameplay. I know it sounded stupid, but he always said it funnier than me, and my voices are kind of like Woody's. They just change octave when I do different voices. But it's a standard square affair. There's a square and a series of buildings right in the middle where there's an up and ground section. And on the outside edges of the map, there's only one building you actually can enter, and that's Flare itself. But most of the gameplay I like to do consists mainly around what you call Psycho, or this map has Psyso or something like that, which is top and bottom. What it is like a physical rehabilitation ward, and it spans 2 buildings to the bottom, I guess the southeast of the square. That's where I like to sit at. Those right there, from the physical ward all the way up to the 3 roof, you very easily can just dominate the map from that section right there. Generally, the enemies like to stay around tent and the cages of B-Dom, and you'll see why. So, but in this gameplay, I think I go all the way into the grocery store, or in this case, Austin, and I dominate, and I'm gonna tell you why I dominate. So let's go with this. We're heading into Austin right now. This is the tent area. You always be wary of the tent. But I figured if I could get into Austin itself, I could go ahead and score some of these easy kills. Because like I said, enemies love to stage near the cages in this map. And I don't know why. It's just where they naturally come from. If they're not at the cages, they're going to be at ADOM, or the physical rehabilitation building, 1st and 2nd floor. That's generally how this map works. Very rarely do you get the CDOM spawn. Why? Because generally when somebody's on 3 roof, the CDOM spawn just doesn't work. They spawn there, but the guy on 3 roof usually closes them up, and it usually funnels them up towards A. So most of your action is going to happen in Austin, in that physical rehabilitation center. I know that's kind of contradictory for what's on the screen itself, but believe me on this. Alright, let's go ahead and pause the game for a second. I figure this is the best time to discuss mini-maps. How do you determine where they're spawning in the map? Remember, the main spawn points are the cages, A domination behind the physical ward, C dom, and that's pretty much it. There's pretty much 3 main spawns. There is a spawn near Flare, but it's not a main spawn. It's an off spawn. So generally, wherever your team is situated on the map, they're going to spawn at any one of these triangle points. So looking at the mini map we have right here on screen, where will they be spawning at? We see that one yellow dot in the west southwest corner is on a roof somewhere. So we know we're just outside of Austin, and there's the only one roof that he could be on, and that has to be over there at the rehab center. With him being there, and me being near the cages, and my team overlooking C, the most likely point that I'm going to find somebody is going to be the rehabilitation area. Now it's all about planning my route to the rehabilitation area, and this is what. So let's go ahead and look at what I do in the game itself. Also, I'd like to point out while I'm looking at the mini-map that if you see a circle with something above it, that means he's not on the same floor. He could either be below or above you. If you see a standard circle, he's on the same floor as you. Just want to point that out. So I'm looking at my mini-map. I figured they're going to be at the rehabilitation or the psych ward. I keep calling it different things. But the ADOM, let's just call it that. So I walk my way back through Austin, and I hear a guy upstairs. This is where a headset comes in play. I heard him run upstairs, and then I basically went and killed him. So I get my Trinity Missile at this point. Trinity Missile is... It's rare to find somebody who can use it well. I'm going to do a video basically talking about the Trinity Missile later on and how to use it effectively, because if you're like me, I struggled with using it the first time I did, because I tended to use it more like a Predator missile than what the kill streak actually is. But since I went to the Trinity Missile and I seen where the enemies are spawning at, because I killed 2 of them in the building right here to my left. This is upstairs Austin, or burnt building, or burnout, as like some of our friends like to call it. And so I go up there and check it out, and then I see nobody, but I hear somebody downstairs in Austin. I kill him. His buddy instantly starts walking toward me. Again, that's another sound whore kill, and that gets me my Juggernaut. Kill streaks, they're touch and go. You can use your Juggernaut different ways. Juggernauts are really good for holding a very high kill streak. Why? Because if you play them conservatively, you're going to get a lot of kills. This Juggernaut I have right here isn't a very conservative Juggernaut, so don't use that as an example. But I have gotten 30 kills in a Juggernaut before, and it was the Juggernaut Maniac at that. Luckily, but unlucky for me, this was before I actually could record the PS4. So with that being said, life sucks. But the Juggernaut does appear on the mini-map for the enemy team, so you can't really hide with him, but you can use this to your advantage. What's some of the ways you could use the Juggernaut to your advantage? Well, enemies generally will run at you any way, shape, or form. But for those of you who have followed me for a long time, there's a technique that I like to use called ringing the dinner bell. Obviously, I'm a well-known camper. What is ringing the dinner bell? Ringing the dinner bell is basically shooting an unsilenced weapon in a position of authority, where you have the advantage and you've set the gunfight up to your liking. They kind of took ringing the dinner bell away in like the later CODs, like such as Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 2. Modern Warfare 3, they kind of fixed it later on, but I had already fallen out of love with the game. Basically what you do is you shoot your gun and you rely on your ability to use your headset to predict where he's coming from and control the engagement. So if you see somebody run across the street and he's out of the way, instead of giving up on him, fire an unsilenced gun 2 or 3 times like you're shooting at somebody. 8 out of 10 times, these are made up stats, but 8 out of 10 times, most of the time, a large majority of the time, a player that plays the game casually will hear that and go, huh? And he will come back for you. And then it's in your hands that you can you win the advantageous gunfight. And usually, most of the time, you can. And so that's a tactic I use with the Juggernaut itself, is that I will sit there, and the stupid dog came out of nowhere. I will sit there in the Juggernaut and just shoot the gun, or just stay in a position where people think they can kill me, but and they just go in the Juggernaut's threshold range and they get mowed down. It's very effective. You should use it. But for the most part, what I like to do in Tremor is I like to stay in the buildings, be it the underside of the psychiatric ward and 3 roofs, like right here. If they're spawning at sea, this is a perfect place to do it because you'll catch them all day. Then you can go up top, or you can use like the little sky bridge between the buildings, and you can look down in the waist. Very easy to maneuver. I'm going to show more gameplays in Tremor, obviously. But this is kind of just laying the foundation of Tremor itself and the main spawn points. But I really want to kind of flush the series out and do it better. One of the things is, to me, is that Tremor is a gameplay that's really, really, really like old Call of Duty maps. Obviously, it has that dynamic like event that happens where it shakes from time to time. All that in itself, Tremor is a very easy map to play on. It's a very easy map to do well on. One of the main reasons that it's so easy to do well on is because of the kind of flooring it has. It has three types of flooring. It has the cement flooring, which is on the outside area. You hear that, you automatically know they're outside. It has the carpeted flooring that has an entirely different sound to itself. It's almost like a thudding sound. And then it has the hardwood flooring, which is doom, 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 very distinctive. You know they're in the building with you. Most of my gameplay is centered around having dead silence and amplify. So most of my tips will be centered around having both of these. So if you haven't adjusted these to your gameplay yet and you want a higher KD, I highly suggest you do it. It will pay dividends in the end. But anyway, happy camping. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm back on bringing you let's talk about the map Stonehaven. This is my Let's Talk map series. And I want to go over the map Stonehaven. For those of you who first see Stonehaven, that's one of the first maps people want to point out and be like, look at that map right there. It freaking sucks. Look how big it is. It's huge. Well, I'm going to throw you a little tricks of the trade in this video. And as of right now, this isn't patched, so abuse it while you can. That's why I'm putting this video out second. Because a lot of people on my friends list and a lot of people that sent me messages wanted flooded. Which I can do a flooded video, just got to get a good enough gameplay for it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the map Stonehaven. Alright guys, this is Stonehaven. I'm going to show you, this is a typical Stonehaven game. This is what most people desire to do on a TDM. It's not a standout 40 plus kill TDM game because those are very hard to come by, especially if you're playing with friends like I am here. But I'm going to go show you a trick of the trade right out the gate that is almost bullshit, and it gets you a lot of kills really quickly. And please feel free to share this video with your friends if they're having trouble playing this map. The trick I'm going to use works on both TDM and Domination, and we'll get to the trick right here in a minute. But while we're waiting on that, let's go and look at the map overlay. This is the map overlay for Stonehaven, thanks to unofficialcallofduty.com. They where I'm getting most of my maps from. And we're going to go look here. One of the big point outs or call outs I'd like to point out right away is corner and lookout. Those are going to be very, 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 very important coming up. As you see, there's the tower, which is the what I like to call the back alley. And there's the satellite, which doesn't play a big circle. ADOM, there's the boat, the ruins, torches, which I call castle. And this right here doesn't have a call out for what a lot of people like to go to. If you look to the right of torches, there is a little like peninsula. I call that rook because people like to snipe off rook into ADOM. You have BDOM there in the castle, prison gate. You have boxes, fridge, CDOM, tries, which I like to call farm, tractor, and it goes around. And then you have the middle, which I call middle myself. The way you want to play Stonehaven is you want, in like a domination setting, you want to see an ADOM kind of take. You want C and A pretty much, and you want to trap them in B because it limits them to 3 ways they can get in or out. But when you're playing TDM like I'm playing here, the best way to get kills and the easiest way to get kills and the safest way to get kills is what I'm about to do. This house right here is called Lookout, or you can call it Broken Building, whatever you want to do. But if you look, that in the corner section right there, this guy will spawn almost every time. So you can reload, come back, use your headset, wait on him, pop back out. Here's another one. That happens to be 2 of these guys right here. But with that being said, you kill those 3. Boop, there's another one. He'll spawn here. They will spawn here indefinitely, dude. This is a primary spawn on the map itself. And all you got to do is sit here and wait, and you can very easily go straight up your kill streaks. And that's exactly what I do here. I go straight up my kill streaks from this. So let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit, just kind of show you. This is my favorite home in Stonehaven altogether. and how to play this perfectly, because you can in the back alley or tower, you can have a spawn back there, and sometimes there is a spawn in the tries or the farmhouse in front of you. That's what you've seen in the second and third kills I got on this kill streak. So what you want to do is you want to look out for those. The farmhouse spawn is a very rare spawn. The most likely chance you're going to die is going to come from somebody sniping you out of the middle of the map, because somebody from the castle gate can see you all the way over there if they know where to look. So you got to be wary about that and know when to abandon your post. What happens when you want to abandon your post? I like to go straight into the burning house here, or what most people call fire, which has a little piece of the satellite. And I also like to come in here after I get my battle hind. I have a very high and very high kill streak loadout right now on. I have the battle hind, the scout helo, and the Loki attack satellite. So I'm just sitting in here waiting for the battle hind to get the kills I need for the scout helo, which is going to do very easily because this is a wide open map. The battle hind is good for 3 to 5 kills on this map generally, unless they shoot it down. You very easily get it. And this is just one route you can take in the TDM setting to get massive games over and over and over again. It was kind of hard to pick a game because most of my TDM games range from anywhere from 16 to 25 kills. Anytime I get more than that, it's because of it's just because of a luck of a kill streak. That's one thing I find with this game, is that you run into a lot of kill streak luck outs and you just get a really good luck of the draw. But for the most part, control this area with a house. It works on domination. If you have an AC domination flag, they're going to spawn tower and they're going to spawn the corner. That's going to be the two main spawns if they don't spawn into the actual castle thing itself. And just take advantage of it. Go over and over and over again, and you'll very easily be able to pull 20 plus KD spreads every time without trying, no matter what gun you use. I could use the worst gun setup you could probably think of and still did very well. But this has been pretty much how I play Stonehaven on TDM. It's, in my opinion, it's a fun map once you know what you're doing with it. It's a very frustrating map if you have people constantly going into the castle. The castle's the last place you want to be in domination. It's the last place you want to be in TDM. The main reason is it has 3 entrances in it, and it's where you should stay away from altogether. Try not to sprint out right into the open of the map, because that's where the baby buffaloes roam. And this guy's he's just running for my Loki satellite. This isn't a very good Loki satellite, by the way. That's where the baby buffaloes roam, and if you find yourself stuck outside of the lookout area, you can very easily make a living near the front of the sea house or fridge, because you can sit there. There's plenty of rock foundations. You can look into the castle from there, and you can look over to the left and shoot people as well. But this has been Stonehaven. If there's any tips you would like to talk about or any scenarios, please feel free to leave me a comment section below. As with everything else, also leave what map you would like to see next. And I want to do a little bit better job on these maps. Like Stonehaven, it showed what I wanted to show on it, but I felt like I'm dragging the video out at this point. It's a very simple map. It's a map where you pretty much need to dictate where you spawn at. Another map like this is Prison Break. If you can dictate where you spawn at in Prison Break, you're going to go big every time. Prison Break is by far the easiest map for kill streaks and the easiest map to drop a big KD spread on. Stonehaven not so much, because once you actually do get them into the kill streaks, they generally spawn into the castle, and they have, in Infinity War games, have this barrier where they have 5 seconds before they can take damage. If you've ever used a scout helo, you notice this, where you're shooting a guy and it feels like you hit him 8 times. And then come over and shoot another guy 2 times and kill him instantly. It's because they have a protection barrier from kill streaks. So that's one of the bad things about Stonehaven. It seems like it's an open map. You could probably remedy this by being able to flip them out of the castle when you use your kill streaks, but that's dangerous, and it'll affect your overall KD spread and affect your chances of winning TDM, because the main reason I play Team Deathmatch is because the only objective is to do well in a KD spread environment. But it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Keep camping. Or happy camping. Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption. And this is going to be kind of a long gameplay, so gotta bear with me with this. most of the time when you watch a Call of Duty video, people pretty much are putting the highlights up. And those of you who don't really follow me more extensively or maybe watch my videos casually, I kind of pride myself in winning. I pride myself in doing well, and I pride myself being a strategic player. And with that being in mind, this game is a loss. Going to go ahead and ruin it for you. This is the game that broke my current win streak, which so far on Ghost has been my biggest of 249 games. I don't dashboard. I don't pull. I mainly play TDM. I play TDM. I play Blitz, and from time to time I play Domination. I've gotten, if you count Xbox One, I've gotten somewhere along the lines of maybe 9 to 10 legitimate losses on Ghost, and I've took 4 of those on the PlayStation 4, but I have 11 losses in total, because sometimes games will give you a loss randomly. With that being said, let's talk about why did I lose this game. The first and foremost, the first thing that pops in my mind, and it doesn't really click with me until about the 3 or 4 minute mark, is that the team we're facing want to win a whole lot more than we do. And with that being said, I start making some mistakes. The first mistake that I make during this game is I start playing on tilt. What is tilt? Tilt is when you start playing in a mindset that isn't the normal rational way of thinking. Some people play on tilt by accident, meaning they are excited, they're letting their adrenaline pump them up, and they're making bad decisions because of it. I've always been a firm believer that you should play in an escalated, like almost rhythmic, kind of excited mood, but at the same time completely calm. You should never find yourself having adrenaline rushes, because it makes you pretty much unaware of the situation. So this is actually something Woody taught me, and it's something I molded into my game in Modern Warfare 2, because I had the raw talent to become a very strong player. Just certain things such as internet connection and just lack of guidance in certain areas was what was holding me back. And I feel like I'm a more complete player now than I was in Modern Warfare 2. But back on tilt. I was playing on tilt through probably 60% of this game. As soon as I started to realize, these guys are everywhere. They're using support. Our kill streak loadouts are very generous. If you see my kill streak loadout to the right, there's a Trinity missile, a Scout Helo, and a Loki. Going into this, why was I so confident? Well, there was a team of 4. And, full teams, I'm not the kind of guy that shies away from them. Full teams are the kind of games I like to play. They're actually the games I look forward to playing. It's mainly why I played so much League play in Black Ops 2. League play was a bunch of fun. I'm hoping Clan Wars gets to be more popular than it is. Right now it's not really popular at all. But, hopefully that'll change once more people actually get the system and maybe a couple of the map packs come out. But I digress again. All the guys' stats were mighty low. Every person on their team was between a 0.9 and like a 1.1. And I wasn't running the strongest team out there. And you notice right there I switched back to tactical flipped, because I was trying to learn how to, we're at 4 minutes. I was trying to learn to adjust to the back triggers on the PlayStation 4 controller. A lot of that becomes because it seems like games like Battlefield 4, it's the norm to have the triggers on the back and you can't change them. So I was trying to get used to it in that area. But I'm like, all right, I got time to button down. We're losing, and I need to be on my best. So at this point on, I'm actually trying my best. But at this point, I'm already playing on full tilt. I'm pretty much barking orders, trying to get the guys coordinated, trying to tell them basically like, take 2 flags and stay on them. Don't push for the 3rd one. Because at this point in the game, I know if we can control 2 flags and break them, because the way they're beating us, the way they're winning gunfights is actually very smart. They're winning their gunfights by being everywhere. They're not winning the gunfights with actual gun skill. I wouldn't consider any of these guys able to stand toe-to-toe with the team that I've assembled here, gun skill-wise. At the end of the game, it will say differently. But I promise you, if we played more than one match, I feel like we could have beaten these guys 8 out of 10 times. This happened to be one of the 2. I can say that in all honesty. Couple things with the preparation, underestimating them, and not taking them seriously right out the gate. One of the rules I set for myself back in Modern Warfare 3 is you play every team like you're playing in the MLG finals. And that means you play with call-outs, you play with your serious setups, you don't really skimp on it. But as you play for a while, all that stuff kind of lapses, and you start to push towards the funner stuff, like the Loki satellite. Not saying the Loki satellite is that fun, but after you get scout helos every game for like 50 games in a row, you're like, I'm tired of seeing the scout helo. I want to see the damn Loki some. And that pretty much runs there. Instead of it, so nobody's running support while their entire team is running support. They're dropping oracles on us. They're dropping ground jammers on us, which come a little bit later. They're saving air support superiority for when we get kill streaks and things like that. But let's go and talk about what I'm trying to do in the game right here. You'll notice me do this tactic for a while. We captured the C-B setup here, the cages in the C-dom area. And I keep trying to cut off that center hallway, because one of the main things I was yelling out to these guys during the gameplay itself was that the other team is taking advantage of the upper ground. For those of you who don't know, having a higher ground is always more advantageous than having lower ground. And my team was pretty much centered around the flags, which was kind of what I asked them to do. I asked them to sit on the flags. I think that's the entire words I said. So pretty much at this point in the game, I'm trying to, like, dudes, sit on the flags inside the building. We got to get them out the building. And I'm mainly referring to Austin here, which is that little gas station type thing that goes through to the cages in the FEMA tent that I'm standing to my right here. And I felt like if we could have cleared that at this point and got control of the Austin building, and we had a couple good engagements over on the C-Dom, because the way this team plays is as soon as we took over Austin, they would have been pushing for C, and then they would have tried to rotate my team to A and then clear us out of Austin. They were playing very strategically. The only problem is I don't think it was intentional. I honestly don't. I feel like the team is running around very raggedly, and I don't feel like they have any methods to their madness. I feel like they were just reacting. They had more information perks, and they were just ready to play a lot harder than we were. And I'm making excuses up here for my team, because I literally do think that we would win 8 out of the 10 times versus these guys. I wouldn't hesitate in a heartbeat to take the same match again on the same map. And, and the outcome would be they leave within, 60 ticks. But at this point, I'm like, dude, the game's close. I feel like we have a chance to come back. And you notice I'm not going for a flag here. Like, I'm trying to cut off this center building, because I've noticed the entire time that they keep funneling through to B through the center building. So I'm trying to run some sort of cutoff. This is what I mainly excel at, running cutoffs. Why are cutoffs important in domination? Everybody can run to the flag. And, a lot of people seem to think that playing the objective is strictly getting on the flag itself. Getting on the flag is not important. Well, it is important, but don't let me make it say like it's, you have to get on the flag to capture it. But capturing a flag should be a last resort. What do I mean about that? When I say capturing a flag should be a last resort, if you own an area, say for example the cages on Tremor, if I own the cages on Tremor, capturing the flag comes secondary. I can capture the flag at my leisure when I have 3 or 4 guys around it and we own the area. The gunfights are ours, the gun setups are ours, we're controlling the engagement, and you pretty much, there's nothing the enemy team can do to stop us from capping that flag. And that is my mentality about capturing flags. When you're at the point where you're throwing your body on a flag, you're trying to survive an encounter. You're not owning an encounter. And throwing your body at flags causes things such as SATCOMs and oracles and recon juggernauts and things like that that can quickly turn the tides and put you in a position that like we're in now, where now I'm at the point where I pulled out my best gun, the AK-12. I'm rushing hard. I'm pushing through. I'm trying to clear Austin myself because I have the assault rifle. Get knifed, frustrated, instantly want to run right back to it. Playing full tilt at this point, and the game's pretty much hopelessly over because I know if I don't make a move, if we don't get a flag cap within the next 20 seconds or so, the game is out of reach. That's just the bricks and domination, and lo and behold, we know the outcome. That we didn't get what we needed to get because boom, they take C. I slide on the A. There's a fucking IMS. I didn't check A. Just a bevy of things went wrong, and we ended up getting a loss because of it. And I'm not afraid of a loss. Losses happen. But I'm the kind of guy that dwells on a loss. And I sat there and thought about this loss for probably about 2 hours. We went on another, I think I'm on a 7 or 8 game win streak now since this game happened. Because the other team didn't want to rematch. They left it right away. And I sat there and dwelled on it. What could we have done differently? And I feel like what we could have done differently is, took the team more seriously right out the gate. Try to have people that aren't all trying to do what I like to call the Deion Sanders prime time crap, where you're pretty much pushing forward and try not to play on tilt. We only lost by like 33 points, but to me, that's an eternity. I think this is the biggest loss I've took in Call of Duty Ghost, points-wise. Every other loss I've taken has been on Stormfront, and it's been by less than 5 to 10 points. And I was kind of disappointed with this. Overall, just wasn't happy with the outcome of this game. And there's me reminiscing that my streak has died, and it is what it is. Hopefully you guys can take from this and learn from something. Don't play on tilt. Control the B flag. If you're throwing your body at a flag, you're not earning it. Just a bevy of things that went wrong. Hopefully I covered most of them. Hey fellas, what's up? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I want to go ahead and talk about the map Flooded. Flooded is one of those maps that when you first see it, you think, oh my god, this is another chasm. But after you play the map a little while, you realize it's not really that bad. Hell, chasm's not really that bad. It's just one of those maps that have a larger learning curve than other maps on the series of Ghost. I noticed a lot of you are not really digging Ghost, and a lot of it's because of the spawns. This is what the series kind of hinges on, teaching you guys spawns and ways to navigate the map. So let's go ahead and get into Flooded, and I'm going to show you one way I like to play Flooded, and show you gameplay. Let's get into it. Oh, kill confirmed. My. Don't we all love kill confirmed? Well, I'm going to start out with the AK-47, red dot with the full metal jackets, or I think they call them thermite bullets or penetration bullets on here. Whatever, it's the deep impact perk pretty much. And I like using this perk mainly because you don't have to be as accurate, and it kind of takes head glitches and windows away from people. And maps like Warhawk and maps like Flooded, you're going to find somebody in a windowsill or two. So I suggest using full metal jackets. The best gun you could actually do this with would most likely be a honey badger. Honey badger, you get the benefits of the silencer and the full metal jacket and a red dot if you would like to. If you're like me, I like using a red dot on almost everything that I have, a red dot or some kind of optical sight. Alright, let's go ahead and show you the map layout before we get too far into the kills. Around the horn, Flooded. You start out in dish, generally if you're the Ghost. If you're a Federation, you start out in wavy. ADOM or bar, and outside the bar is the terrace. You have the kitchen, vending, grates, parking lot top and bottom, ramp, CDOM, green car. You have back alley, which isn't on this, and you have bridge, bus, you have wet offices, and you have dry offices. You have the entrance toilets, and you have carpet, which is the area above B-Dom. This is pretty much the layout. Like I said, this is a standard square map. It's almost block-esque. I like to think of Flooded as Block from Call of Duty 4 scrunched together, where you're supposed to be doing building-to-building fighting, and it kind of reminds me of level 6 of the single-player campaign. I'm going to go and teach you what I like to do, and I'm going to show you 2 areas I like to do it in, even though one of them is going to be with the Juggernaut. Alright, sometimes I come back here to the terrace. The terrace and bars where I usually run, because most of the time I end up spawning on the Ghost side. I don't have very much experience starting on the Federation side, so bear with me with that. But for the most part, you can catch somebody coming in bottom garage every time from the terrace. I didn't happen this time, but with my headset, my Astro headset, I was able to decipher that they were flanking around through vending. And what happened here is I end up get trapped. And when I'm trapped, I'm sitting there trying to fight my way back out of it. Luckily, none of these guys had very good gun skill, and I was able to hold my ground until my team actually starts to come and save me. And this pretty much, ejects me right into my kill streaks. I'm not sure if I actually get my kill streaks, all of them on this life, but I get pretty close. And I pick up a good majority of kills. If you're wondering why I'm running a full party of RSK, basically Clan Wars started over either today or yesterday, I forget which. And we're basically been doing Clan War things all day. And it's good fun. I really enjoy the Clan Wars. I feel like it creates a creative environment much more than the Modern Warfare 3 system did with the Call of Duty Elite. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's just a grind, and it's time consuming. But it is what it is. Eventually I leave here, so let's go ahead and skip ahead. One of my favorite kill streaks on the game. I should probably go and use this time to tell you how to get your kill streaks built up. Obviously, you can do what I did in the video, but most likely that's not going to work. Areas I like to pretty much frequent is carpet, which is above the B-Dom. And carpet, and I like to shoot across to the windows. Even, this might sound silly, this might sound like, oh, I know you like to do this, Wings, but Dish, the area you spawn in, if you stay there, you'll get 3 or 4 quick kills if you have better gun skill than the other person. And it's very easy to glue it up. Another way to get your kills is the way I'm using this Juggernaut here. Remember that you can lay down prone and hide from people in the wet offices. Not many people use this to their advantage. I don't think I use it to my advantage in this game, but I have before. If you hear 2 or 3 people coming, and you know you can't beat 2 or 3 people straight up, dive under the water. Let them go by you. Shoot them in the back. I'm kind of using the offices right here as a help of sound whoring. Since the Maniac Juggernaut doesn't have any ability to have dead silence, it has sit rep naturally, I'm trying not to move very much in it. And the fact that the visibility is very low in this office right here is very good, because most of the time people are going to come through the hole in the floor from top office to wet office, or they're going to come down the stairs. Both are very, very, telltale signs of which way they're coming. They're both very prominent with the way they sound. They both sound very differently. And obviously the water itself, if they actually come from Wavy. And this is a spawn heaven. Wavy is a very, very, very strong spawn, and they will constantly be flooding through here. If they're not flooding through here from Wavy, they're going to be coming in from the garage and jumping into the window across the way. Very good way to use the Maniac Juggernaut. Most people want to use it to run around and flank people. I find that I get more kills being a sneaky ninja because it has the ability or the benefit of not appearing on the radar as the Assault Juggernaut. Another downside of this one versus the Assault Juggernaut is the Assault Juggernaut weapon is considered a kill streak. So if you catch somebody off the spawn, they can do significant damage to you before you can even kill them. And that sucks. To me, I feel like the spawn, the safety spawn that Infinity Ward puts in games is a drag. It is. I don't like it at all. But you can do this with weapons too. Flooded is a map where I suggest more of a hybrid weapon than anything else, like the MTAR or maybe like an assault rifle with Stalker. You want the hybrid weapons because you have close range engagements and long range engagements. Stuff like the ARX-10, which is probably my personal favorite assault rifle. I use it all the time. It works really well in this kind of situation, mainly because it's like an SMG and an assault rifle. because every now and then you want to peek out of a window and try to pick up somebody from across the building, but most of the time you're going to be fighting close, corner to corner, engagement to engagement gunfights that are going to be very close range. And I feel like the Juggernaut Maniac is the best kill streak for this map, or any small quarters map, such as like Strikeout or Sovereign or anything like that, where you can basically abuse corners to the fullest. Another map that the Maniac Juggernaut works on surprisingly well, even though it has humongous lines of sight, will be Warhawk. Mainly because everybody likes to sit in the top bakery. And the Juggernaut's very good for busting in top bakery and things like that. And if you're like me, I like to have fun with a throwing knife. You probably see me try to throw it at a couple people just to get kills. I'm not very good with it, but you know what? I got 1,000 health. Fuck them. But that's pretty much flooded. I mean, other than having a headset, there's really not much you can say about it. Use the head glitch on carpet, which I didn't really show in this game, but there's a dip in the wall and the top carpet, and people coming out of wet office will funnel right into where the B-Dom area is on the map, and you'll decimate them there. Flood is a very easy map to do well on. Domination, there's a cool line of sight in Domination, which I don't get to show here either, because I'm playing Kill Confirmed, where you can look at Dish and look all the way into B-Dom. So you can actually get your kill streaks and protect B and A-Dom from Dish if you really want to. If you have like a marksman rifle or a sniper rifle or some sort of assault rifle, you can do very well with that. But other than that, fun map. This is what I like to do on it. I like to get the Maniac Juggernaut Maniac and run with it. The Juggernaut to me seem to be the best kill streaks that you can use for consistent kills. A lot of the helicopters and other things such as the Griffin kills itself way too quick. The helicopters, I use the Battle Hind mainly as like a segue, but it's only good for like 3 to 5 kills on its best days. And you know, it's just more like it just perk kills. You know, like if I go through my kill streaks twice, I might get 6 extra kills. Whereas like the Juggernaut Maniac, I mean, I've gotten upwards of 25 kills in a Juggernaut Maniac. It all depends on how much of a bitch you want to play as. And in this game, I was playing like a pretty big bitch. And Juggernaut Maniac works best in Kill Confirm because you get a tag every time you kill somebody. But that's my synopsis of the map. I mean, I hope you found something interesting in this video. I need to kind of flush them out a little bit more. Maybe even show some alternate lines of sight. But lately, these have been done on kind of like, you know, on the whim kind of way, mainly because there's a couple things I wanted to show. Like today I did Clan Wars, tomorrow I got PK and some other stuff. But I have been working on the weight loss stuff too. I've actually got a new elliptical, which I'm probably going to try to show off tomorrow in a video. And I've got a new punching bag, which is not new, but both of them were given to me for free. And I don't know, I might show the journey of mounting the punching bag, since I got to do that myself, and pretty much got to figure a way to make it stable. But I've been trying to get as much as I can done with the workout stuff. Oh hell! I got a pack of batteries for that thing back there because that thing's been dead for a while. So I went and got some batteries today. So I'm about to put these in and go do me a workout on that. Try to get 15 minutes done. And I don't know if you guys follow my Facebook post. I showed my new eating regimen off because my old one was full of sodium, and I guess it's kind of like fate that it's kind of like fate that the microwave blew up today. So now I can't even warm up those sodium-filled soups. So now I have to make stuff on the stove. Yep. Maybe it's something telling me something. Who knows? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could, please leave a like rating. It helps tremendously. If you haven't checked out my latest video, how much damage can 40 pounds do? Check that out now, dude. I'll leave an annotation on the, last minute or so of this video. If you haven't checked it out, it's a really cool video. A lot of people dug it. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm out of 5,000. Peace, pimps. Guys, see this mustache right here? It's brought to you by Anchorman 2. The legend continues in the Fandango Super Ticket Experience. Well, what the hell is a Super Ticket? Well, the Super Ticket gets you an invitation to see the movies 2 days early. It gets you an early copy of Wake Up Ron Burgundy, The Lost Movie, a digital download of Anchorman 2, and $5 of AMC concession cash. Click the link below and see what Ron introduced the super ticket himself. And make sure you leave your favorite Anchorman quote in the comments to win 2 free tickets from Fandango. Check out the link and enjoy the video. Hey guys, it's Bill Wings of Redemption, and we haven't really done a whole lot of vlogs lately. And weight loss, I'm currently at 406.8 pounds. I'm right here at the borderline of going back into the 300s. And I wanted to kind of get an idea of how much weight I've took off myself. So to give you an idea of how much weight I took off myself, which is about 45 pounds, I brought a 35-pound dumbbell with me, and we're going to drop it on everyday items and show you how much destructive power I've taken off my body. This should be fun, so let's get going. I'm going to be doing this with my off arm, so I might look like a little girl. Let's go ahead and drop this. We're going to do glasses. Oh yeah. Got that one good. I'm always watching this break and shatter. Now we're ready. Hey! Well, we discovered that 35 pounds is a very detrimental amount of weight to have on your body. I've got about 140 pounds more to go before I'm at my goal weight. And if 35 pounds can do that, just imagine what 140 pounds can do to your spine, your back, and your joints after carrying it around for years. Been your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm gonna bring you, let's talk about the Whiteout series. Whiteout is one of my favorite maps on the game, but some people have been requesting it, saying they have trouble dealing with it and they have trouble doing things. So I'm gonna give you a couple perspectives and a couple game modes this time to kind of show you what I mean in the couple areas I like to sit around in based off spawns, and to go ahead and explain the spawns. Without further ado, let's go and get into the video. Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to be doing Whiteout. It's one of my personal favorite maps in the entire game, and I'm going to show you how to do well as a whole. As of everything, let's go ahead and look at the minimap. Alright, as always, the map is by unofficialcallofduty.com, and here we go. Let's around the horn. We start at the A-Dom. The A-Dom has 3 buildings around it. Well, 4 if you really want to count it. They have the workshop, the fishery, the harbor, and the icebox. Why are these buildings important? Well, these buildings are important to learn because a lot of enemies like to take up time here. Another one I would like to go ahead and add is back harbor, which is right behind A-Dom, and or you can call that Jeep. There's the dock, the totem, the crane, boat, chopper, ice caves. That goes up the left side of the map. These are more important toward the blitz type game modes, and we'll get to that in a minute. You have the lamp cave or B-Dom. You have the cabin, the lake, the cabin path, the lumber, wheel, and gorge. What we're going to do on our domination spree is we're going to stay closer towards the lumber, wheel, and gorge, and we're going to go ahead and talk about that. There's also another one I like to do, like I like to call Camper Hill, which is right there above the lake. But without further ado, let's go show you what I actually mean. Alright, we're at the lumber mill. Lumber mill is great because it's wood and you have sawdust everywhere, and it has a very distinct wood sound to it. Very easy to basically use your headset to take the advantage on the enemy team. I take a couple bad deaths here, so let's go and skip to the actual thing. What is the best way to hold the gorge, wheel, and lake? Lumber, gorge, and wheel. That's what we like to call this. The best way to do it is to use the under trench under the lumber mill. It can very easily confuse the enemy and gives you access to the gorge, and it gives you access to the back of the lumber mill path or back cabin path very easily. And you can use what I like to call the angles on people. As you see right here, I'll demonstrate. I'm using a submachine gun to start with, but I suggest a submachine gun and an assault rifle backup, or an assault rifle with stalker right out the gate. Main reason is because of things like that you just seen me do. Sometimes you'll have to basically take that long range shot from Camper Hill and pick the guy coming off from the back cabin path. There's two main spawns here, the ones you have to work out for, and you can easily get a third basically mobile spawn to your left on the gorge, but those are actually spawn on C and they run across. Very easy to decipher which way they are. But if you want to, you sit around, wait till you hear a footstep, just kind of patrol till you hear people walking, and you can very easily take advantage of it and just destroy. As you see right here, I see the guy on the mini map. I hear him, he comes down, I pop him, and I hear the second set of footsteps, and I know he's heading back into the lumber mill. You can't hear it in the video, but I heard him go through the lumber mill, and I come up and catch him, and that scores me my 10th kill of the life, and there's the 11th. But let's go ahead and look at another game mode entirely. Let's look at Blitz. Most of the things I've done so far have been on kill confirm TDM. Very rarely do I play domination in this game, mainly because the kill streaks are very lackluster and they don't really give me a whole lot of excitement. But there's few games that you can take advantage of the spawn system as you can with Blitz. Blitz is a travesty of a game. It's almost as bad as Cranked. Cranked, in my opinion, is the offspring of what people thought they want. They didn't actually know what they want. Let me go ahead and explain that. Cranked is a shitty game. Why is Cranked a shitty game? Well, if you take any kind of good play up or team into Cranked, you're going to die a lot needlessly. Why? Because people will leave quickly. The idea of Cranked is it keeps people from camping. But most people thought that good players camped strictly because that's how the only way they could get kills. When they realize they're outgunned and they have no gun skill and you lose in a hurry based off the crank system and speed, people leave rather quickly, leaving you to blow up when there's only 2 people for 6 people to kill. Not a big fan of Cranked. Blitz, on the other hand, is what I like to call the KD clinic. And let me go ahead and explain real quickly how I'm setting up here. In Blitz, enemies will spawn mainly on ADOM in the boat on this section of the map. On the other section of the map, they spawn the lumber mill and they spawn the cabin. Both areas you can very easily just dominate, but this is just one side of it. What you want to do is you want to come down here toward Totem in the ADOM, because the ADOM is going to be their main spawn. You're going to see it here in a second once I get to the Scout Helo. And once you get in ADOM, they just spawn over and over and over again. As long as you got somebody working the ship, as you see my other team are just working the ship, you can very easily come here and clean up. I suggest not using the Assault Juggernaut, mainly because the spawns are so close together and you'll get destroyed. This is more of a Scout Helo map, mainly because it's so open. This guy goes in the Snowman, time to clean him up. Just spraying, not even caring. All I'm working for is getting that first Trinity missile. Trinity missiles is a really cool kill streak. It takes some time getting used to. Put the guy in the middle of your screen, press the thing once, and never boost the thing, and you'll get 2 to 3 kills every time. As you can see here, they're going to be spawning on something fierce. Right here, just 2 guys that just spawned. I come and pick up the helicopter. Got 18 bullets left. My initial goal here was to just come back here and camp it out to the Scout Helo. Might seem like a little bitch move, but I'm playing for KD spread at this point because the game is won. The game was won as soon as we entered, mainly because you can look at the other guy's stats. If you really want to run the Blitz route, I suggest straight through the cave. You have somebody come up to the right on top of the hill, you kill them off the ship, and then you have somebody run cut off right there toward Totem, and you can just run the cave the entire time. As long as somebody's pointing at the ship and somebody's working Totem, or somebody over here like me killing these guys as they spawn the Totem, the opening is wide open. As you can see, we're up 5-1 now. The other enemy team has no chance of scoring, and their chances of scoring, it just went down to almost nil once the scout helo comes up and starts destroying them. We're at 6-1 now. We have free access to it. I mean, Blitz is such a broken game. It's basically demolition with an easier objective, and then you just sit here and just eat dinner. Right there you can see that thing I talk about with that kill streak protection. But you can sit here and eat lunch, eat dinner, take their lunch money. There's nothing they do. They're just going to constantly spawn on ADOM if you have somebody near the ship. And there's just nothing that they can do. We end up winning the game. I go 17-0 in the first round. But that's Whiteout for you in a nutshell. The lumberyard is where most of your action is going to take place. For those of you who like to play domination on Whiteout and you have trouble with the cave, a CB setup is the best way to do it, mainly because you have a head glitch going into the lamp cave. Any other questions? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's Whiteout for you guys. It's a very cool map. I feel like it's a very Call of Duty-esque map, and it's a map that has different characteristics in it that makes it feel like it's good for different objectives. And I think it's pretty. And like when people ask me, which map on the PlayStation 4 do you think is the best looking, I always go to Whiteout. And every time somebody comes in and wants to buy an Xbox One, I'll be like, you should check out the PS4. Whiteout's the map I take them to every time, mainly because it's so beautiful on the PS4. But without further ado, that's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I would like to offer you something here for those who stuck around to the end of the video. Kindles are really popular. People love to read, and I want to offer you a free audiobook for your Kindle from audible.com. There's going to be a link in the annotation right here. There's one to be in the description below that will send you to give you access to a free audiobook. If you want to, check that website out. Go and give it a click. Look on over on it. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful time over there. Thanks and courtesy audible.com for my subscribers. Thank you. Hey! What's up, guys? Remember to rate and like the video. This is my best Juggernaut I've had thus far. I've did this video a couple times, but what's the best way to use the Assault Juggernaut? Well, in my opinion, the Assault Juggernaut might be the best kill streak on the game. Why? 1, he has no time limit. 2, he dictates based on how well you play. So you can get 30 kills with him, or you can get 2 kills with him. And it all depends. The biggest downside to the Assault Juggernaut is mainly that he has a weapon that's considered a kill streak. And that's what exactly it is. It's considered a kill streak. So how do you get by that? Well, this video right here illustrates perfectly how to avoid getting the point where you have to shoot a guy 12 to 15 times. Because people have a 5-second spawn delay, like kill streak protection. I know that doesn't make sense, but essentially people that just spawn in can't be killed by kill streaks for like 5 seconds. This is to avoid spawn raping like the chopper gunner in Modern Warfare 2. So what you do is when you get the Assault Jug, do not play him like you're regularly going to play your weapon, because his weapon can sometimes get him in trouble. He has no toughness. You get brand new kill streaks. So the best way to do it is to take advantage of his weapon. He has 1,000 health, and you can very easily just stay out of the spawn areas. Once you learn the spawn areas, and if you haven't figured out Whiteout spawn areas, you can always go check out my Let's Talk About Whiteout map series, and you can earn it. But other than that, he obliterates things. Look at this. Boom, there's a triple kill right there. Owning the kill feed. Actually, that's a quad feed. And there's just nothing that the enemy team can do about it. Just stay away from their spawns. Make sure you're not around the enemy spawn, and you'll do well with the Assault Juggernaut. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Thank you for watching my video. Just this quick update, and I just wanted to share this.